Yes. Welcome to another episode of Love of the Game on episode 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, as you can see, there's
Episode
three of them.
Carrick.
Carrick.
Yeah.
Oh, can I think of 16?
That's a good one.
Ramsey. Ramsey.
Good one.
Yeah, that's all I've got, man. Yeah, I can't think of any. But yeah, there's three of us here today. We're joined here by Manny.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Manny?
I'm good, man. You know, new father,
Mm-hmm.
but the same on Man United. So,
yeah, don't worry. We'll get into that. We'll get into all that, man.
Mm-hmm.
And also we have Bengs here, the other father. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Blessed and highly favoured. Thank you.
Oh, that's fantastic. But you can see there's only three of us today. There's the three amigos, you know, as people would normally say. But got me thinking, since there's a football pod anyways. The last deadly trio we had in the Premier League was probably Salah, Firmino and Mane. Can you think of any deadly trio right now in the Premier League?
Right now in
the Premier League. There's two, there's always one, but is there any like three that were similar to like Salah, Firmino and Mane? There isn't any, isn't it?
I don't think there's a complete trio. I think there's like you said, 2 out of 3 or
there's a 2 out of 3s, yeah. But what's the closest? There's the three where there's almost.
I could maybe say for a period, Kulusevski, Son, and Johnson. For that small period where he was just banging, for that small period, very small period. The only one I can think of.
Is it that smelly now?
A deadly trio. The minute, Ivan Nilsson, Semenyo, Cliver. They're doing bits. Top 5 in the league. Top 5 in the league, man.
we might as well get into them. So we had was it last night, wasn't it? We had United taking on Bournemouth, and some will say it's a shock, some will say it's a surprise, some will say it's part of the process. But it was the same as last year, another 3-0 defeat to Bournemouth at home. So Manny Bengs, I don't know who wants to go first, but give us your thoughts on the lineup and the overall performance you saw out there from the Red Devils.
Go on,
Manny. You want me to go? Okay, so lineup-wise, I was surprised because I personally don't want to see Xerxes start games. I'm not. I know he had that one game where he played well. He started when what was it, like a 4-0? I can't remember when he scored 2 and Russia scored 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a decent game, but I don't think he should be starting. I obviously like Højlund. Obviously, we got some difficulties with injuries, Mount not being available, Rashford being dropped, Garnacho's, I guess, coming back into the team again. But yeah, I didn't like the lineup for that reason. I'm also not convinced on a 2 with Mainu and Ugarte. I'm not convinced. And not to say that that's the reason why we lost, but we didn't really. You know, so weird, yeah. I didn't really feel like we controlled that game as much, but then again, I only watched some of the first half, and then the second half I was driving back. But it just don't. It just don't. It's not. I don't think it's working for me. That 2's not working for me. And obviously, you know,
I disagree, man.
Yeah, I just don't know. I feel like we're getting overrun in that of the pitch, and mainly because of Mainu, because Ugarte seems like he covers ground. But I love Mainu on the ball, so I'm just trying to figure out what is it gonna be? How are we gonna make it work to get Mainu playing as we want him to play and as he played last season for some parts of the season? That's why I'm not fully convinced yet. Let's just say that.
Convinced on what? Is it Mainu or the formation? I don't know. Just to clarify.
I don't know. I'm not a coach in it, but I don't think this system or playing in a 2 with the current setup of this team works for Mainu. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if that works for Mainu. Playing as that. Yeah, I'm not sure. Man,
I disagree. I got to jump in. I got to jump in. I got to defend the star boy because I'm noticing. I'm noticing a trend with United fans. I'm not saying you're one of them.
Oh yeah, I'm not that
generic United fan where a young black boy comes in, starts doing well, he's the first to normally get ripped apart. And I'm already starting to see some small murmurings on Mainu. Maybe he's not cut out at this level. Maybe he doesn't fit in the system. Maybe he's not doing the same performance as last season.
Yeah.
Everything Mainu's doing on the ball is what he was doing last season.
Yeah, that's true.
Off the ball, he seems more disciplined. He seems more well-rounded. He's not, bombing forward the way he used to and getting in the final third as much as he was before. But last season, our midfield was a complete shambles.
Yeah.
You were seeing Casemiro on the penalty box sometimes, and we're getting counter-attacked left, right, and centre. So in terms of control, I think United are looking a lot more controlled. We're dominating games, dominating possession. We're creating numerous chances. And this system heavily relies on effectiveness of our wing backs. And I think that is probably the issue we have more so than the two in midfield. Because we're creating enough chances. We're not the goals that we're conceding aren't us being counter-attacked. It's not us being ripped open in midfield and, large spaces between the midfield and defence. It's been either mistakes from the goalkeeper or someone in defence or set pieces. That's the lion's share of the goals that we're conceding. Whereas last season, people are running through our midfield with ease. That's not happening.
You say that, and yes, you are right in some sense. However, yes, the set pieces, yes, the mistakes. But let's look at the third goal for Bournemouth. It's a ball from Hernandez, which is a ball that Fernandez, will play all the time, and it just doesn't work. That gets intercepted. He tries to play it out to, I think, Ahmad on the wing, and then Mainu has the ball and he tries to do a cute pass to Dallo, I think, when he could have just played it back to Martinez right there. Then they break on us. There's no one in midfield there. Literally, they're just it's like, it's crazy. Evan Nilsson's with some good play and then a cutback. That's like evidence of not being a real good two there, and not a real good partnership in the midfield, in my opinion, isn't it?
Yeah,
like, obviously
again,
Fernandez. And I don't put the whole game. I don't put the whole blame of the game on Mainu. I'm just saying that's not what you want to see from your midfielder. I'm sorry, it's just not what you want to see.
Yeah, but again, it's 2-0. We're chasing. We're at home. We're chasing. The best teams in the world are susceptible to counterattacks. United are still gonna get counterattacked from time to time. They're never gonna eradicate that from the game.
Of course.
And my point is, you're highlighting one goal in the past 7 games under the new manager where something like that has happened. Whereas under Ten Hag, that's happening every 20 minutes.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So I almost feel like that point is not even. There's no point even making that point when it's so minuscule in the development of the team so far. I think the more glaring issues are concentration at the back, set pieces, individual mistakes that we're making that I feel is down to pressure, low confidence in the squad. And the players you're always seeing that they keep on looking over the manager as if, what do we do next?
What do we do?
Like, where are we supposed to be, kind of thing. And we're creating chances where this is the most I've seen United get cutback opportunities.
Yeah.
That used to be our trademark. Valencia, like used to say, Nani.
Your favorite player.
I lie.
But it's Dallo that's having to do it, and then Eriksen getting on end of it. We want to be seeing a more attacking fullback with better end product at the end of it. I actually think, looking at these last games, I think Ahmad might be the solution as a wing back. Like, I know he's better as the 10. I know he is, but this system of 3-4-3, your wing backs, at least one of them needs to be purely attack focused and have that ability to produce end products. When you have 2 defensive players being forced to play in those advanced positions, you're not always going to get the quality in the final third.
Yeah, but your boy Ten Hag tries to play Mazraoui as a 10, so apparently he's attacking. I don't know, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. I don't think Ahmad should play wing back because I think you basically minimize. I don't want him to be defending as much in there. Obviously, be defending. I want him to be further up the pitch, and I want him to focus on that because he 1v1. 2v1, he's doing bits in it, so that's cool. And obviously, he had an off game the other day. He obviously created some chances, but his shooting boots weren't on. But yeah, I do agree with you. I think the wing backs is a real issue, and I think it's clear. To be fair, I think it's clear that Amorim is not feeling it. Like I just feel like he hasn't got any options. And And I think that's the best thing that's what you said is the thing that I think we should do. Address that. Get someone in January. I know that's the common. I know it's not flipping football manager, but try and get someone in January. Let's see how we can play for the second half of the season. Because
interesting you brought up bringing up players. I just wanted to focus a bit more because I've been on Twitter. I've seen them. I've seen everyone's reactions. I know people have straight, not like angry reaction towards the game, towards the squad. But I want to talk more about the squad in general. I've been hearing a lot, the players are not good enough. I think they're not good enough, this not good enough. Is there anything like you see in these players who are just not good enough, who are not scratched for this system, not scratched for this Amorim era that we're having?
There's bare players, but I've seen bare. Obviously, I always watch the reaction videos, and I think Flex basically said that the only players we need in the squad is Mainu, Ahmad, and Yoro, and everyone else should go. I'm not there. I'm not that far.
You're not there. Okay.
I'm not that far. But there are a lot of players that you can just tell that once Amorim gets a few players in, they're not going to play as much. They're just going to slowly just wear on to onto the bench, and then eventually want to go and play more games elsewhere. And players like Dallo seem like that for me, but I feel like he's got enough in him to fight for a position and make it on the right side, because I do think it's a bit sad for Dallo because he shouldn't be a left wing back. That's not what, I don't think that's where his strengths are. But hey, we'll see how it goes. But I feel like Xerxes, as I mentioned, he's not up to scratch. He's not good. He's tall for nothing, and he's got good hold up play. He's a smart player, but he's just not a Man United player, in my opinion. If you're going to be that tall and you're going to have that physicality, be Fellaini, show us something. Show us you can get in with the boys and just be scruffy with it. And
that English mentality.
Well, Premier League, mate.
He's not that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You just ain't gonna make it at United. I'm sorry. It's just not happening.
You can never make it.
I still think Højlund isn't the answer, but he's a great player, and he will be a good player.
Great.
He's a good player. But I don't think he will be the number 9 for United. I don't think he's as prolific. But again, he's young. He can improve. I think for me, that's pretty much it. The rest of the players, I'd still keep a squad players. Maguire, I would still keep. Shaw can go. Mazraoui, obviously, I'll keep. And Nana, it's a tough one, bro. It's a tough one, bro. But I don't even know that many good goalkeepers out there who are good with their feet that would be a replacement. So I don't know. And then flipping, our second choice came in versus Tottenham, and he was thinking. So,
he was on the drink.
Yeah, what about you, Manny? Who do you think?
Yeah, what's your thoughts on the squad?
I think, a lot of United fans do say the whole the squad's not good enough, and then I think, okay, the squad might not be good enough to win the league, but the squad is better than Nottingham Forest. It's better than Bournemouth. It's better than Everton. It's better than Tottenham, and these teams seem to be able to slap us up. So. The players are good enough, but they're not elite. And then even when you look at other European teams like Bayer Leverkusen that did what they did in the German league and then I think got to the final of the Europa League, are you telling me their squad is better than ours? Of course not.
Exactly. Yeah.
So in this new system, I think a lot of players are redundant. A lot of the players that were bought under old style of play, which is really soaking up pressure and hitting teams on the break. Yeah. So unfortunately, the wingers that we have, it's not it. Pretty much all our wingers are not it, but Ahmad. So Rashford, Garnacho. Garnacho doesn't know what to do in half spaces. He's baffled. Both Rashford and Garnacho. Rashford's got a bit more about his game where I think that he can find pockets and because he's got a good strike on him, he can be effective. But Garnacho, I don't know. I think he's really going to struggle. Who else is there? I think the defenders... It's okay. Lindelof, Maguire, Yoro, De Ligt, Martinez. I think they all have enough about them to stay, whether to be starters or squad players. I would move a couple of them on just because I don't think they're at the level, but I wouldn't hate a Lindelof staying. if he plays
I
10
would.
games in the
I
season.
would.
Nah, I wouldn't hate it. The guy's on like 120 a week. He's humble. He doesn't
Only
shoot
120 a week. Okay.
Yeah, but come on.
What
In this
you're
modern
saying
day,
he's humble?
120 is nothing.
You're saying he's humble because
For
you don't know what he's saying. You don't know what he's saying behind closed doors. He might be like, I'm the shit.
yeah, but the fact that I don't hear it and the way social media is and the way all these in the know accounts love to tell you
Yeah.
about what's going on in the dressing room, you never ever hear anything about Lindelof. Same as
Okay.
Maguire, same as Ericsson. But like Ericsson, I would say Lindelof, Lindelof, Shaw, Casemiro, Anthony, obviously. Then there needs to be a high profile sell, which is either Rashford, which is what it's looking like, which I'm not sure if it's the manager's call or the club's call, or Garnacho really need to move on because, and even Bruno, boy,
Bruno. Whoa.
Bruno, I'm not saying moved on,
Hey,
Okay, just checking.
but
Just checking.
Bruno's status in the team I think needs to change. That's
This
what I
is
think.
like his third involvement. But I want to touch on something quickly that you brought up a name. I think it's fair. It's fair when you talk about him.
I know you want to touch on. Yeah, but just before you touch on that guy, yeah, can I just say one thing about Bruno? Yeah.
Okay.
And Manny said this to me time ago, but I didn't believe him. Bruno's stats save him, but the thing about Bruno's stats is he's getting great stats in a rubbish team, and he's not really making us better. Does that make sense?
He saves us without making us. He doesn't stop us from getting in a bad situation, but he gets us out of a bad situation.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I've had enough of being bamboozled by the stats now. That's what I want to say on Bruno.
You've had enough. Yeah, because I know
you can see in the Portugal side, Bruno's not looked at as the savior.
Exactly.
No,
it's
yeah.
like we've got 4 or 5 ballers, and you need to play with these guys, and you need to almost make sure that you're on par to start. It's only been this past, I'll say, 12, 18 months that he's been starting consistently in this Portugal side. Maybe 2 years, I might be off, but when he was flying for United in the first couple of years, he wasn't always starting for Portugal.
It's true. That's true.
So, I just think, he definitely raises the floor of the team, but I think with the right acquisitions, Bruno just needs to become more of a. You know what? Let's
we'll touch on. We'll get back to save you.
Yeah.
But yeah, lastly, no, it's okay. But lastly, just get your thoughts on. You've heard the news about Marcus Rashford. He wants a new challenge. Seems to be almost like frozen out right now from Amorim. What's your thoughts on him? You've been on Rashford for months now. I'm at Rashford Watch. Guess there's no more Rashford Watch because he's watching the match with us. So tell us your thoughts.
You know the Rashford thing, I liked the beginning of it. So Amorim's obviously dropped Rashford and Garnacho. Big decision before Derby. He's Manchester born. He loves these type of games. He scored in some of these games, and you'd expect him to play. He's dropped him, and Rashford's watched the game from home, and he's put it on his Instagram. So he's used social media in the right way that way. At that time, I would say. The next day is when we hear about this interview, and the way they've done it, I didn't like it because it took me a couple of days to think about it. But he went to a school to do his charity work or just to visit a school. Does and obviously this journalist is invited there, and then he's asking him questions about his future. Like that for me, they tried to do they basically did the Cristiano.
They done it dirty.
They did the Piers Morgan thing without doing it that way, and then he's now gone out to the world to say maybe I need a new challenge. When obviously we don't know everything that's gone behind closed doors. But after hearing what Amorim says, Amorim has said, if you feel that way, come and talk to me about it. So that's what I didn't like about that, because Amorim came back and said, yeah, this could be the new challenge, but I would prefer he spoke to me about it. And I don't like the way Rashford's going about it, and I think because of how he feels and because of how a lot of the fans feel about him now, it's probably best to just end the relationship. Like sometimes it gets toxic. It's just done now. Let him go off and flourish. And because he's a young black king, I want him to flourish and do well wherever he goes. I just don't like the way he's gone about this, especially with a club that he's been at for his whole life. However, one thing I will say, yeah, I don't like hearing the Gary Nevilles and the Jamie Carragher's and all of these guys who played in teams, especially Gary Neville, who played in the Man United team that were dominant for years. They don't know what it's like to play for a Man United team on the back of that dominance, and they're struggling, and you're looked at as the guy to bring them out of this struggle when you're just one player and you can only do so much. And of course, he's got moments when he could have done better and he could have showed better attitude. But I don't like the way they're comparing him to like a lot of those old players who, like a Rooney or Beckham, who wanted to leave, and them saying, "Oh, he's not good enough. He's not that good to be talking about him." Like, it's a different time. Like, forget those times. Treat it for what it is. But yeah, I'm mixed feelings, but he should go.
Yeah, Manny, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, man, the Rashford one, it hurts, man. It hurts. I've watched this as a small boy.
Yeah,
Since he was a small boy, I've watched this kid.
Arsenal debut.
Arsenal debut.
Yeah.
Europa
Arsenal
League
debut, 2
debut,
goals. Yeah.
England debut, like, and it's like you almost see a bit of him in you. You know, you want it to be that guy that comes into school. You'd be like, yeah, I just scored against Arsenal. You know what I mean? So seeing how his career has transpired is a bit sad, but that doesn't just take away from the poor chases I think that he's made.
Yeah.
And it is probably best for him to go. But I would have loved for Rashford, of all players, to have won a league with us, man, or a Champions League. I feel like it would have completed that fairy tale. So there's probably more sadness, if anything. But yeah, I think from the club, from him, from the different managers, I just think everyone's got a part to play in the story ending, and it should have gone better.
What you just said, man. Yeah. You just said about winning the Premier League or Champions League. He probably knows we ain't winning one for the next 6-7 years. So
yeah,
probably best he just wins the league somewhere else.
Yeah, but I'm thinking realistically, where does he go? Where
that's
does he
the
go
question.
where he can earn, let's say, 250 to 300k a week, right? Playing his favoured left wing attacking position.
I say he goes abroad. He ain't gonna find out in the Premier League.
You won't find it in the Prem.
Yeah.
Because the teams that he could probably go to, I would hope that he wouldn't consider going there.
Arsenal.
So Arsenal.
I wouldn't know. Do you know what it is? I would normally take him, but I'm kind of scared of them players that's played for so long. Like Raheem Sterling, Rashford is one of them now. Their mileage is high.
It's high.
Like it's high. Yeah. So I don't want any of those players anymore, man. I'm done with all the players that people are willing to give to Arsenal. I'm done with them, please.
Who plays on the left wing for Atletico Madrid?
I don't even know. Probably is it what's his name? Depay? I don't know.
No, Depay's in Brazil.
He's in Brazil.
He's in Brazil. Oh, yeah, he's in Brazil.
They play a weird formation though in Atletico. They play bare centre midfielders, but put them out wide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they do that kind of.
I just want to see. I kind of just want to see Rashford under one of those managers that just don't take shit. I want to see whether he really.
I could see Rashford in a Juve. I could see him in a Juve.
Yeah.
Or, maybe in Inter. I don't see him in Spain though.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll see. But finally, we want to get to the last point. We want to do your player ratings. This is what we're going to do every week. So quick fire player ratings. Yeah. So we start. So you'd obviously. Okay. So we'll let you do this one, Manny.
Okay.
So Onana. Right now, 10.
6.
Martinez.
6.
Maguire.
6.
Masraoui.
4, unfortunately.
4.
Yeah.
Malacia, he's played. Oh, Malacia. 5. Okay. Kobe Mainu.
6.
Ugarte.
7.
Dello.
5.
Okay. Bruno Fernandes.
6.
Ahmad.
7.
And Xerxes.
5.
Is there any point doing the subs? He was there long enough. I'll do the subs. Hoyland. I do Hoyland.
Hoyland, 6.5.
Ganacho.
6.
I'll do Euro.
7.
Okay. And lastly, the manager. Oh, go on. I want to say
the manager. 5.
5.
Yeah. A lot of 6s and 5s, couple 7s, and that's mainly to show that the performance wasn't a bad performance. But no one really stepped up at any moment in the game for us. And, some of the 4s and the 5s really let us down in pivotal moments of the game. And I'm giving the manager a 5 because I think he should have gone with a stronger lineup. You got to remember, he's still trying to figure out the Premier League. Like, on paper, you see teams like Bournemouth, like Nottingham Forest, like Everton, like even like the Ipswich away and stuff like that, and thinking, yeah, I can play a couple of my bench guys and we'll still get a result. You can't do that. You need that mileage. You need that consistency before you can start making them changes. So my advice for Amorim now, the next 5-6 games, play your best team regardless of who it is. And then let's start building a bit of momentum. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see it. It can be easy and sometimes very difficult. That game, anyways.
Away, Boxing Day, after everyone's had their eggnog and opened up their presents. Bro, it's not easy.
Oh my days. Cool. We've touched on United for quite a bit now. I guess it's time for Arsenal. No, it's okay. I'm host. It was flowing. I didn't want to disturb. It's fine. We can touch on Arsenal. We just had like a 5-1 win at Crystal Palace. It was early light work. I'm checking. Yes, we'll get onto him. So, what do I say? Good performance overall. Saw the lineup. I was happy that Jesus actually started. Obviously back off his hat trick against Crystal Palace. It made common sense, but knowing Arteta, he could be on this Havertz thing where Havertz is my striker, and nothing you can do is gonna get ahead of him. And as you can see, he put Havertz in midfield. So, to be fair, he was okay. Overall, the performance, you know what? It was good. I think in terms of Arsenal attacking, it was a good performance away from home. Crystal Palace not an easy place to go to. Not everyone's gonna go there and win 5-1. Yeah. Or maybe Liverpool will, but as you can see, I think it was a really good performance in terms of attacking wise. Defensively, looked a little bit shaky, but I think Mateta was on one, to be fair, and Gabriel Saliba had I think a little bit of an off day dealing with him. I think especially in the first half. Second half they settled down a lot more. I'm talking Jesus. I thought Jesus are brilliant. 2 good goals again. He's showing some good form, but I feel like I've seen this before. I've seen this before. He's done this. He does this. This is what Jesus does. Like, he's a fantastic player, a lot of quality, but I know it's a mental thing now because he can't consistently do this, and he'll just wait for this little purple patch to be on, scoring all these goals, and he does it. Oh, surprisingly, just before January, and everyone's thinking, let's get a new striker in. He does all these goals. Score all these goals now. Everyone's forgetting we need a striker. Come to now February now. He's doing his usual impressions of being a Peruvian. So like I'm tired. So I'm tired. I'm not falling for it. This year at this time I'm not falling for it. You can score these goals now, fantastic. But I'm not falling for it. But overall, I'm happy for him because I prefer him over Havertz. But he's let's just see if he can be consistent. I hope he can, but you will just have to wait and see on his consistency.
The game, when I was watching the game, I was thinking that you guys' quality in finishing kind of saved you, because there was moments in the game where Palace could have either equalised or gone ahead, and either like poor final ball or just a poor finish or whatever. But like you said, Saliba did look a bit shaky at times. But then you guys got 1, you got 2, you got 3, and then the goals just started coming in, and then you just saw Palace being completely deflated. It was tight at a point, that game. Yeah,
it was tight. I had to. When I was thinking about it, it was tight, and I was going to this thing where this is why I think Rashford's important, because you can see I'm sure you see you watch the first goal that we conceded. Parties are strolling back, running back just to try to chase Star. Like, I prefer when Declan Rice came on, you can see he had a lot of energy, running over, hunger, everything was there. Like, you can see that he's fully fit now. But yeah, that's my thing about it. Me and Pedro disagree on a lot of things, but definitely Mr. Pai, I'm not with him. To be fair, I want him out. But
I think it's clear that what Partey gives us a 6 is progression.
Yeah,
Most sixes don't have. I don't think many players can do what he does, but
It's true.
defensively, he can be a bit of a liability.
Yeah, I think he's starting to be, but I think Declan Rice can do all them kind of he's not progressive as the other two, but he's very sure on the ball. And I'm like the fact that when we had him at 6, we weren't really conceding much chances. Now Partey's been there. Before it was good, but now it's a case of where his legs are clearly gone. Like, and there's a lot more spaces that are being left out to that people exploit at the moment. But you won't get that with Declan Rice. That's what I'm saying. Even though the progression stuff, I don't really buy it too enough. But we'll see what holds in the next few weeks and months, especially now. We don't have Bukayo Saka. The news broke that he.
I was gonna mention the Saka, but before we jump on, I want to ask.
Okay, go on. Ask the question. Go on.
The youngster that seems to always been in you guys' lips has been Ethan Waneri, yeah.
Okay.
But there's a young boy.
Oh.
There's a young boy that quietly. I like players that do their job quietly.
Yeah.
Without any fuss. What do you think? What do you think of Skelly, man?
Skelly, I can't even mention it. Do you know what? He had a good game. I really like him. Like, he's a really good player. Like, he seems very mature. And he's very strong on the ball. I think there's a lot more to see from our Skelly because when you see from the reserves, he's more like like a marauding midfielder. Like, he can do a lot of ball carrying. That's one thing we haven't seen yet in the Premier League. But he seems very mature from his age. Keeps the passes simple. He can break the line sometimes if he wanted to. But I like the way that he's football in terms of being composed, being like showing nerves to steal. It's coming into the Premier League. He's coming into the Premier League with the big boys. So I'm happy that he's actually progressed in that way. Obviously, I don't want to see my left back. I want to see more of a midfielder. I don't really like the left back thing. I see how he's converting into midfielder, but I'd rather just see him more as a midfielder. If he's be as a 6 or an 8, not this a left back team. But I get if it's getting him more playing time playing at left back, that's perfect. But I hope he just moves. Arteta eventually moves into midfield over the coming years. But yeah, he's a brilliant player. Another one to look out for, which is fantastic. That Arsenal got these youngsters coming through.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I want to use this moment in time to we should pray for Bukayo Saka. His hamstring.
I don't mind.
Yeah, you need to be added to that prayer. I know you sent like this list, like a prayer list. I think Abraham did. Yeah, add Bukayo's hamstring there, the right hamstring to that prayer list.
Bro, it's sad, yeah, because I was saying before, if you guys don't take this opportunity to win the league with Man City doing their rubbish, then it's going to be a sad season for you. But yeah, I don't know. Arteta's saying that he's going to find a way. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
We'll see. But I think this is a blessing and a curse. Only the reason why, because Saka's played a lot of games, man.
Yeah.
And we need to find a way to play without him. And we need to find a way to like preserve him, because I've seen all them players that's played a lot. Like they ran up the mileage. Like we just spoke about Rashford, there's Sterling, Hazard, all Rooney, Fabregas. They've all played a lot when they're young. But when it got to the end, what's it called? Late 20s.
Don't put Rooney in that one.
Late 20s. No. Rooney kind of faded off. He faded off. He faded
off a bit earlier than he should have. When you see like Lewandowski still banging it.
Yeah, so I'm very. I hope Arteta sees this as a learning curve. You know, right? Let's not always overload Saka. If he comes to like 60, 70 minutes, take him off. Some games you don't have to play him. All right, I know he was doing it a little bit this season, but I hope this is like a firm reminder that he can't consistently play Saka. We need to find other ways of winning. So I'm hoping. What encouraged me after the game when Saka got injured, we still scored all those goals and still created a lot of chances. So I'm hoping it's a hope that we can sustain. We just need to keep on carrying on getting wins, because I think we could potentially catch Liverpool.
Forget it.
Because I think we could. It's in my opinion. I think we could still catch Liverpool.
It's possible. It's definitely
possible. I think it's still possible. I'm not ruling it out. I'm not ruling it out. Liverpool look good, but I'm not ruling it out. Well, but I think we're still catching them.
Who you guys playing the next?
We got Ipswich, Brentford, Aston Villa, Brentford away. And then I can't remember next. Tottenham. Tottenham. I think got Aston Villa as well. But the thing about it, in January, we all of them are home. All the games are at home in January. So we'll wait and see, man. We'll wait and see. I think we're getting some of our players back. So we'll see where we are in after January, and hopefully maybe Bukayo Saka will be back maybe the Lord will do his magical work on his hamstring.
Hey, listen, Christmas miracles happen all the time, man. He might be back in 2 weeks.
No, he can't be. He needs his rest. Certainly needs his rest. He certainly needs his rest.
Just tell him not to eat iron mache at Christmas.
For sure. I'm gonna run through the Arsenal player ratings. So overall, David Raya, I'll give him a 7. I think he was okay. He made some good saves. He made some good saves, So I'll give him a 7. Lewis Skelly, he was really good, composed. I'll give him a 7 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Gabriel, I thought had a shaky start, but played all right at the end. Played well, so I'll give him a 7. Saliba, I'll give a 6. He wasn't that great, but he wasn't that great. Timber, he was solid. I'll give him a 6. I think he wasn't like amazing, but he was good. He was solid. Partey, I give him. He was alright though. He made an assist, so I'll push 6.5. 6.5.
Okay.
Partey. Havertz scored a goal. Yeah, but he was alright. He actually did alright. But he won his duels. I think that's what they're meant to do in that role. So I'll give him a 7. Odegaard, you know what? I think Odegaard's going for a little bit of a rut. It's been 2 games now. He hasn't played that well, so I'm going to give him a 6. He was better, but I'll give him a 6. Okay. Martinelli, he scored. He looked okay on the right. I don't want to be too harsh. I think I've been a bit really harsh on Martinelli for the past few weeks. I'll give him a 7. I hope that boosts his confidence. I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, he's gonna see this and be like, yeah, guys.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rate Saka. I don't think he did much. I'll do Trossard instead. Trossard annoys me, I ain't gonna lie, but he was okay. So I'll give him a 6 though. No, I like Saka. I like Odegaard. Those two. Yeah, but I know, but I'm just this. But I know it's true, but I feel like, as you say, we scored all our chances we had, and also defensively we were shaky. That first few minutes was shaky, and it's away from home. I'm not expecting for us to like put on a flawless performance.
So what rating are you giving Jesus?
Jesus, I'll give him an 8. 8. I give him an 8. 8 is fair. I think he scored 2 goals. 8 is a good fair rating. The subs. Oh, Declan Rice was good. When he came on, I thought Declan Rice was really good. I'll give him an 8. Declan Rice. The others, they weren't on for too long. I think we had Calafiori, Wanyeri. They all just get 6s. But overall, Marino. He didn't really do much.
Listen.
If you want to put this agenda, go on. Here's your flaws. Go on.
Listen. You see Marino, yeah? I think he might be a dud. I think he might be just a dud. Let me tell you.
Okay, go on.
I don't think he's your answer to that left 8 solution.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Number 2, I think he's probably better as a deep lying number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, I don't see much difference between him and Fabio Vieira. I think like they're gonna have a very similar impact at Arsenal. Mm-hmm. Vieira came from Porto, being one of their outstanding players, came into Arsenal, became very average. Marino again in that Spain team, looked fantastic. Real Sociedad, fantastic. Is Real Sociedad he came from?
Yeah, Real Sociedad, yeah. He came from there. He was playing with Zubamendi.
Zubamendi, yeah?
Yeah.
And then in this Arsenal side, I just think average. Like, he leaves you thinking, like, you're not bad. You're very good technically. You keep it ticking. You win your duels here and there, but do you really impact the game that much?
I think he's... Go on, Bangs. No, you carry on.
Yeah, everything you say I agree with, yeah. But I just realised we're being bare harsh because, like, it's the same thing with Xerxes. Like, why do we expect players that are decent players to just make a big impact at a top club in the Premier League?
But it's almost like...
I know you want to
true.
You want to see signs that they're okay, but it's like...
That's why I just said I think he's going to be a dud. He's not a dud now, but I think he's going to be a dud.
I think there's potential to be a dud. Real potential, if I'm being honest. But, I think I'll wait because I think with that left 8, Arteta wants people to make runs, not do much on the ball, most be like a system player. But, some games he doesn't really do much. So I'm like, okay, you're just... I don't know. We'll wait and see. I'll wait and see next few months. and see how things
He's a
go.
tidy player, but I just
Yeah,
tidy
I agree with
enough.
that. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not really convinced. And it's the worst if he spent 40 mil. But the saving grace about him, is that he's 28. He seems like he'll barely be there for 4 years. Then Lewis Skelly will come and take his place afterwards. So that's my dream.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, that's all we have for Love of the Game episode 16. If you're still watching, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll be back next week. And wishing all our fans happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas, and hopefully we'll have another episode before New Year. Hoping. Yeah, we should, man. Boxing Day. Oh yeah, Boxing Day. Yeah, Boxing Day. Yes, and we'll be back.
All right.
Stay safe, guys.
Take care, man.